catch by Jay Nathaniel. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Junior take a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets off. Oh,
down!
Watch who he's going to set up. He's going to go for it fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
A spot in the CFSL National Championship is on the line as Oklahoma State takes on Florida State here at the Rose Bowl. Good evening, everybody. I'm Elanoff, joined by Nate Murphy. And Nate, after a classic game where we saw Boise upset Kentucky 37-27, the winner will get Boise in the national championship. What are the keys to this one?
Well, I think the keys to this one is which defense can step up to the plate, make the most big plays, and slow one of these offenses down. They both can put up points in a hurry. They both like to throw the football all over the yard. So which one of these secondaries can step up, make a couple of plays, and put their team in position to win?
Well, first we're going to see Ryan Moreland and the Oklahoma State Cowboys come out as they are the number 4 team in the country. Shotgun formation for Moreland, takes the snap, and the first play of scrimmage is an attempted quarterback keeper, but driven down to the ground by Lacey White.
Now, Lacey White does a great job. They're going to give her credit for a sack here as Moreland tries to escape up the middle in the pocket. Freshman quarterback, I don't know if we'll see him get a little happy feet here early on. He's going to have to settle down, but Lacey White does a great job getting off the block and making the first big play for one of these defenses.
6'3", 215 pounds out of West Virginia. And you know what? Freshman quarterback takes his team to the semis, a top 4 seed. A lot of bright things for this Oklahoma State team as Moreland throws left side, nearly intercepted on his first pass of the day. There on coverage was Mitchell Loss.
Yeah, he tries to get it to the outside. It's a long throw, a long out route all the way across the field, and Lott jumped it, just missed taking it back to the house.
Moreland 3rd and 15, gonna have to pass again, goes over the top and hits Cass Jr. 11-yard gain, but it's still short of the first down. Punt coming up for the Cowboys.
And that just shows you how big that sack on first down wound up being. A nice gain on 3rd and long as Cass, a big receiver, can break tackles. Good tackle in the open field that time as well. But it can break tackles. Didn't get to the first down marker, all because of that sack on first down.
Chase Legend Jr. with a powerful 5-yard return as the Seminoles, the number 1 team in the CFSL, gets ready to take on the Rose Bowl game as Jim Carr goes into the shotgun formation. Play action, tucks it, keeps it himself, and is pushed back by 2 Cowboys. And it looks like it's going to be about a 9-yard rush, and those 2 Cowboys, he kind of bounced off him like a pinball and came back 8 yards. It's only a gain of 1.
A big hit there by a couple of defenders, and if he goes down, he probably gets forward progress, but he regained his balance and winds up only picking up 1 on the play.
Carr under center. Dropping back to pass, throws down the middle, caught by Matt Scally.
And Scally gets turned inside out on that hit across the middle. So a good 8-yard pickup there on 2nd down, but he paid the price for it as he got hit hard by Tymundus Bell. Holds on to the football, though. It'll be 3rd and short.
Big 3rd down for the Cowboys, trying to get the Seminoles off the field, much like Florida State defense did to their own offense, and instead it's a handoff, and Dan Brown goes forward and fights for 5 yards.
And this could be one of the keys as well for Florida State. If they can get Dan Brown in this running game going, especially early on, that's going to open things up for Jim Carr. Dan Brown won't get a ton of touches on the ground, but it could be a big factor tonight.
Carr under center. Going back pass. It's a quick pass. Goes right side to Vernon Mills. 5-yard gain.
You know, Vernon Mills was calling for it in chat, and right as he says it, there's the throw by Jim Carr right on the money. Hits him between the 8 and the 3. A good quick pass in the face of pressure.
Trips at the top of the screen. Midfield stripe as Carr incomplete. Good defense there from Oklahoma State.
I believe that was John Alstott, the linebacker in coverage there. Does a great job knocking that out late, right around the first down marker.
3rd down, 5 to go. Shotgun formation. Brown off of the right hip of Carr. Passing down. And he's leveled in the backfield. Sacked for a loss of 8 yards. Ezra Roglagoski.
Yeah, Roglagoski does a great job getting into the backfield. Sheds a couple of blocks right off the line of scrimmage. And both the defensive lines now, they're going to be important tonight. Both of those lines capable of making some big plays. We've seen them now each with a sack. This one ending the drive on 3rd down. Now Florida State's got a chance to pin Oklahoma State deep.
Fair catch called, and it rolls into the orange end zone with Oklahoma State lettering. And it is a touchback for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 on the 20 as Ryan Moreland will be looking to pick up positive yards on 1st down as that sack on 1st down kind of set the tone for the drive. Handoff to Hammer, and he busts his way for a 6-yard gain. Much better start to the drive this time for the Cowboys.
A great call on 1st down, a little delayed handoff. And Florida State at times seems to be susceptible to the run right up the middle. We'll see if they can shut down Jordan Hammer tonight.
Moreland changes the play. Takes the shotgun snap, quickly backpedals, dumps it towards the left, and Hammer with a 1-yard reception. It's 3rd and 4.
Looked like they tried to set up a screen there, but didn't really get into the offensive lineman out in front of Jordan Hammer. Was able to find a yard, so positive yards on 2nd down, makes it a manageable 3rd down.
Trips at the top of the screen. Moreland looking to pass, goes right side deep, caught in traffic, Brigham Ray.
Great protection up front on 3rd down. A passing down, and Florida State was going to come with a little bit of pressure. Late pressure gets there, but Brigham Ray does a great job getting to the sideline and goes up and high points the ball, and then is able to find a way to get the feet down inbounds. Big pickup and a big 1st down for Oklahoma State.
Moreland in the gun. 2-step drop. Going downfield, nearly intercepted, almost a pick for Florida State. Looked like Chris Ward on the play.
Chris Ward jumped that route, had his hands on it, couldn't hold on to it. Again, Ryan Moreland, the freshman quarterback's got to watch where he's going here, getting maybe a little bit nervous here early on.
Crowded pistol formation. Moreland tucks it and runs. He's got the 1st down at the 40 before he is shoved back with force by Mitchell Lott.
And that is a great play by Ryan Moreland. He tried to do that on the first play of the ball game, wasn't able to get outside of the pocket. This time gets to the edge, nobody wearing black on the edge for Florida State to slow him down. He gets a big run and a big 1st down.
I must say, sharp-looking uniforms for Florida State tonight. Shotgun formation for Moreland. Hammer off his right hip. Moreland throws towards the left. Caught for a gain of 6. Ray again.
Yeah, and that time Florida State was coming with some pressure out of the secondary, so they were manned up around the all over those receivers, and a good job getting open on that one.
Moreland takes the snap, hands off to Hammer, and he gets 2. 3rd and short coming up.
And again, it looked like Florida State was bringing pressure. They're able to get to the ball carrier before he was able to break too far out. Maverick Rivers comes up, makes a big hit for a gain of 2.
3rd down, short to go. Empty backfield. Moreland, screen pass wide open to Eastridge for the 1st down.
And a nice little route by Eastridge, just breaks it to the outside. And Florida State was backing up, covering those receivers that were running deep, didn't want to get burned over the top. Eastridge just finds the 1st down marker and moves the chains.
Another big play here for Oklahoma State. Handoff to Hammer, nowhere to go as Lacey White turns Hammer into the nail.
Yeah, Lacey White gets credit for the tackle, but she was not the first one there. In fact, she was the 3rd one there. Great play by Reichel, along with, I believe, Cook coming in and making that play in the backfield.
2nd down and 15 behind the chains. We'll see if Oklahoma State's able to recover from this. Throw down the left side, running in between the hashes. That's John Alstott for a 7-yard gain, 3rd and 8.
Now, Alstott, the linebacker, coming over to play in the backfield and makes that catch. Good job getting some positive yards, making this a manageable 3rd down.
5 on the right, 1 on the left. Throw downfield, and a nice pickup by Eastridge, who shrugged one defender off. Doesn't pick up the 1st down, but it does give Oklahoma State something to talk about they're probably going to go for it or go for the points. And wouldn't you know it, here comes Moreland on 4th and 1.
Nice aggressive play call here. I like the call.
Moreland takes the snap, takes the handoff to Hammer, and is leveled in the backfield. Bringing the pressure from the secondary. That's Johnny Johnson, the outside linebacker, who just lit up Moreland. Turnover on downs, and Florida State bend but don't break. They get the ball back deep in their own territory.
Well, I said I like the call. I don't mind being aggressive there. I'm not sure the play call was right, but you got to try and get 7 when you get chances against Florida State.
Carr dropping back to pass, pressure in the backfield, but lets it fly, let down the left sideline. Max Capone on defense deflects it to the ground.
And that's why you can be aggressive offensively if you're Oklahoma State. You've got the guys in the secondary that can cover some of these wide receivers. Great one-on-one coverage that time by Max Capone.
Winner gets Boise State in the national championship as Ike gets dropped for a loss of 3.
They tried a little jet sweep with Aaron Ike, and he's a dangerous runner with the ball in his hands. We know what he can do running downfield, catching the football. They'll try and get it to him in as many ways as possible. That time, Oklahoma State was ready for it, shut him down.
Another shotgun formation for Carr. Takes the snap. The Tulsa, Oklahoma native sack dangerously close to his end zone. A loss of 8 yards. Kyle Tolbert, and it's 4th and a mile.
And Tolbert gets credit for the sack, but again, a lot of pressure. There was plenty of white jerseys getting free, getting into the backfield, and Jim Carr does all he can. Just make sure he holds on to the football, doesn't go backwards any further. Florida State's punting from dangerously deep in their own territory, as you mentioned.
It looked like Ezra Rogalski was there first in the play, as this is going to be a great field position and an even better return by J.T. Cass Jr., setting up shop right around the Florida State 30. This might be a big moment for someone to capture some momentum early in this championship semifinal.
Yeah, and Florida State did made a big play defensively earlier, stopping them on 4th down. Now Oklahoma State another chance to go put points on the board.
Hand off to Hammer, off the left tackle, picks up the first down with an 11-yard gain.
And I mentioned it earlier, Florida State at times can be beat up the middle with a running game. Jordan Hammer might be a big factor in this if they can get him going.
Moreland, back pass, throw right side. Rodriguez makes the catch, but pays the price as he is lit up on the hit.
And I believe that's Lacey White, the defensive tackle, dropping back into coverage, a little zone blitz scheme. And that is not someone you expect to hit a wide receiver coming across the middle. That's a big play from Lacey White.
2nd down and 5 in the red zone for the first time tonight. Moreland takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Hammer. Quarterback keeper goes to the left side and is stood up 2 yards behind the scrimmage. DJ Hansen.
Good open field tackle from DJ Hansen there as Moreland tried to turn the corner. It's a big hit. He does a great job just holding on to the football. Couldn't find any room to run, and now it's a big 3rd down for Oklahoma State.
Under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. 3rd and 7. Moreland looking to pass. Picks up the first down. J.T. Cass Jr. with a 9-yard pickup.
And one of those big receivers, and we mentioned it earlier, he's got the big body. He's going to run those routes across the middle. He's hard to defend. He's fast. He's big. Does a good job there finding the sticks, making it 1st and goal.
Just over 90 seconds to play. Still no score. Oklahoma State hoping to change that. Moreland hit on the throw, and it falls to the turf.
And he's fortunate to get the arm going forward. A nice play by that Florida State defensive front. That front 4 is very strong, and they're going to put pressure on Moreland all night long.
Shotgun formation for the freshman. Going to change the play up. Taps his right hip. Moreland backpedals, throws left side. I don't know where he was trying to go, but nobody home. Good coverage by Florida State on that one.
Looked like they tried to set up the screen, and the defensive line was just able to slow that up and never allowed a Hammer out of the backfield.
3rd and goal, Moreland in zone. And is he in? It's incredibly close. J.T. Cass Jr. touchdown, but it looks like it's offensive pass interference coming against Oklahoma State.
Offensive pass interference against one of the linemen. I don't know what happened there. How did he get downfield. That's a tough call to go against Oklahoma State. Had the big conversion and the touchdown, but points come off the board.
Moreland, back pass on 3rd and goal, goes left side, catching it in traffic was Chris Walker, the 4th. And it's 4th and goal.
Well, I don't even know how that ball got to Chris Walker. There was 2 Florida State defenders there in front of the receiver. It gets there, but a big-time play, and now that penalty comes back to haunt Oklahoma State. When you get that deep, you cannot get 3. You have to score touchdowns against this Florida State team.
That penalty basically cost them 4 points as Oklahoma State leads it 3-0, and a heck of a return by Matt Carpenter, 28 yards, down to close to the 30. And now Florida State with a chance to take the lead on their own if they can punch this one into the end zone. Right now, though, Oklahoma State dominating time of possession, 22 plays to 9 plays.
And Oklahoma State's defense has stepped up, made some big plays. They're going to have to continue to do that tonight.
Jim Carr with a handoff to Brown, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
And a good call trying to get Brown involved early on. Only his 2nd carry. They're going to have to continue to feed him the ball, let him do a little bit of work. That'll open things up for Carr and the rest of this passing attack.
Ball on the 29 of Florida State. Strong I formation. As it's a fake handoff. Now a screen caught this time by Junie Winter. Lost of 2 on the play.
A freshman fullback coming out of the backfield after the play fake. Had absolutely nowhere to go. Does a good job to make the catch and couldn't quite get turned upfield fast enough as a host of Cowboys showed up to take him down.
1 for 3 on 3rd down conversions right now on 3rd and long. We saw something similar happen last time. Carr throws over the top, nearly intercepted. Another big play by the Cowboy defense.
Rashawn Ryland right there jumps up, high points that ball, nearly comes down with a big interception. Right now, the difference has been the coverage for Oklahoma State. They're slowing down the run when Florida State decides to run it, but the man coverage deep downfield has really slowed down this Florida State attack. Now Florida State's defense has to match it and kind of tighten up on the receivers of Oklahoma State.
Good coverage on the punt by Florida State as the Cowboys will start on the far side of the 50. Moreland in the shotgun formation. Hammer standing off the right hip. Moreland. Pass downfield, wide open, nobody home. Brigham Ray with a 30-yard reception.
And right down the middle is right. Just split the zone coverage. There was no one there. Big play.
And that is going to do it for the first quarter. It's a defensive battle as defenses have come to play in our 2nd CFSL Championship semifinal. It's Oklahoma 3, Florida State nothing. Winner gets Boise in the big game next week. And right now, Oklahoma State marching the ball very well and has been much more productive on offense of the 2 squads. Left side nearly intercepted, and Brigham Ray comes out of nowhere and snatches that ball out of thin air for a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, Brigham Ray just saved his young quarterback an interception there. Did a great job getting to that one.
Takes the handoff to Hammer, and Moreland lit up in the backfield. This time it is number 8, Thomas Fairley, the cornerback, who brings in the blitz.
And Ryan was able to slip the tackle of Lacey White in the backfield at first and then gets blown up by Fairley as he comes off the edge. Now a big 3rd and long. Florida State's defense would love to step up here and get off the field.
50% 3rd down conversion for the Cowboys thus far. Moreland takes the snap. He's lit up by White.
And that's a big play. And this time it's Gerard Cook coming off the other side, 91, not 92. Again, this defensive line, they don't have to bring extra defenders to get to the quarterback because this defensive line is so good. Really helps them in pass coverage downfield as well. And Cook ends this drive, pushes Oklahoma State out of field goal range.
Cook makes a great play with the offensive lineman still in contact and just shows his strength to blow past and take down Moreland. Deep punt here for Oklahoma State. So the good news for the Cowboys is that the Seminoles will start deep in their own territory, and we've not seen Florida State be successful from this part of the field yet.
Now, Oklahoma State's defense has shown up tonight and has made some big plays downfield on those receivers.
Florida State's Jim Carr trips up in the backfield, loss of 4 yards.
This time it's Les McAdoo.
Yeah, great play by McAdoo coming in, and a little 3-step drop, nobody open initially, so he tries to take off his car, and McAdoo able to kind of chase him down, drag him down in the backfield. These defensive lines, both of them, have shown up, made some big plays in the backfield tonight.
Carr under center, drops back to pass, throws towards the left sideline, incomplete.
And that time I think he rushed it. He had a receiver on a comeback route breaking open, just unable to find in the connection. Not like Jim Carr there. He's going to have to settle down and make some plays.
Only 1 3rd down conversion tonight so far by the Seminoles, but it's still early. Carr hit as he throws, goes deep downfield, caught on the run, 20, 10, 5, and brought down. Vernon Mills, a 78-yard reception, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered for Florida State.
Yeah, and Jim Carr just missed an open receiver the play before and said, I'm not missing this one. Vernon Mills was all by himself downfield. The blitz coming, nearly gets home, and Carr able to put it right on the money with a defender in his face. Great play from Florida State.
Just shy of his season long of 81. As Carr hands off, going straight ahead, Dan Brown. He wrote the Da Vinci Code and he writes the first touchdown of this semifinal.
Great run there by Dan Brown. He just kind of picks his way through the line of scrimmage. Good blocking up front. And Dan Brown doesn't get a ton of touches on the ground. He'll actually catch more usually than he runs it. Finds the yardage there, puts it in the end zone. Great response by Florida State.
Rivers through the uprights, and it's 7-3 Seminoles over the Cowboys right now with 7.5 minutes to play in the half. And that was all set up by that 78-yard 3rd down conversion that has put Florida State in the driver's seat of this one, but a great return by Rashawn Riley.
Yeah, now if you're Oklahoma State, protect the quarterback, and you've been able to move the football. When you get yourself in trouble, it's when you break down up front. So if they can protect Ryan Moreland, they got a chance to continue to move the ball.
Moreland in the gun, changing the play, and now quick drop. Throws in between the hash, intercepted. The young freshman makes a mistake, and that is the first turnover of the game. It's an interception for Madison Nicole.
Yeah, Madison Nicole does a great job back there by herself. I don't know if they were in man or in zone, and she was playing the deep third. Either way, she's one-on-one with the receiver when it's all said and done, and she out-jumps Steven Rodriguez, makes the play. The big first turnover goes to the Florida State defense.
And now Florida State can feel like they're settling in a little bit more as Carr goes under center, hands off to Brown, who stood up at the line but falls forward for 1.
And again, trying to get the running game going. Picks up 1 yard on first down. Not great, but not terrible. You put yourself at least even with the sticks. You're not losing yardage on first down.
Carr hands off to Brown, goes through the hole, and picks up 3 more yards. It's 3rd and 6.
A little delayed handoff, and it looked like there was more there than just the 3 yards. Good job by Oklahoma State kind of shutting that one down fast.
3rd and 6. Only 2 big 3rd down conversions by Florida State. One of them was that 78-yard bomb. Carr back to pass, throws towards the left, caught, but the Oklahoma State Cowboy defense swarming to the ball.
And a good job by Carr. Held on to that as long as he could. Finally, some late pressure was getting home. There was nothing open downfield. He dumped it down where he needed to put it. But Chase Legend Jr. had too much work to do on his own to get to the first down marker. Great stop by the Cowboy defense. They needed that to start bringing momentum maybe back their direction.
Ryan Moreland will be looking to forget about that interception and do what he's done, as he's had himself a good game so far, good start, trailing by 4 right now, but inside their own 30. Moreland in the gun. Big handoff to Hammer and brought down on the option. Big pickup big tackle by Maverick Rivers.
Yeah, the freshman linebacker coming in, making a big play in the backfield. And neither one of these offenses want to be behind the sticks after a first down play, and Oklahoma State's back there again.
Shotgun formation for Moreland. Goes over the top to Eastridge, but he's running in the wrong direction to try to get away from the defender. Defender catches him from behind, no gain, 3rd and 13.
Yeah, he was open when he sat down, and as he made the catch, he came back towards the line of scrimmage. Probably should have just fallen down and maybe picked up a couple yards.
Trips to the bottom of the screen. Moreland with pressure throws, and that's nearly intercepted again. About 3 Seminoles touch that one before it hits the ground, and Oklahoma State has to punt it away.
Well, sitting back in zone coverage on 3rd down and long, and again, Moreland trying to force something, maybe feeling a little bit of that pressure here in the semifinal game, and puts that one in a little bit of danger. And now Florida State going to have great field position after this punt return.
Inside the 50 after a good return by Chase Legend Jr. Now Florida State trying to keep their momentum and book a date with Boise State in the CFSL National Championship game tomorrow. Dan Brown forward for 2.
And continuing to try and run the football a little bit on 1st down, keep Oklahoma State's defense just guessing a little bit. Don't want to be able to pin your ears back and go after Jim Carr. They've done a good job getting pressure on the passing game, so running that football on 1st down is starting to help out.
Stretching that CFSL National Championship game, of course, a week from tonight. I don't know why I said tomorrow. Handoff to Brown, and he'll pick up 1 yard on the play.
Now, we're just excited. We want to get to it. It's going to be a great game regardless who wins this one, we know. And Boise State sitting here watching this one, looking forward to next week.
Great comeback by Boise State, trailing 20-6 at the half, and Carr sacked for a loss of 7.
And again, 3rd down and long, both of these defenses pinning their ears back, going after the quarterback, and it's Rogalski coming in, shaking off the block. And again, Oklahoma State, just like Florida State, doesn't have to bring a lot of extra pressure. Their defensive line can get pressure on the quarterback with just 3 or 4 rushers, and allows them to cover well on the back end, just like they did there.
Florida State has to punt it away. And it should pin the Cowboys deep in their own territory, as the return barely gets across the 20, and it's 1st and 10, Oklahoma State.
Back-to-back drives now. Florida State has kind of wasted really good field position after the interception and the punt return. We'll see if Oklahoma State now can go get some points on the board.
Moreland, empty backfield. Throw towards the right, caught for a big gain to Brigham Ray. It's 18.
And Brigham Ray having a huge first half, 5 catches, 80 yards already, none bigger than the 3rd down conversion on their scoring drive. Gets a good one there. Make sure he gets the feet down inbounds once again and moves the chains.
If you're Oklahoma State, you're going for 7. However, a field goal would make it a 1-point game, but of course always looking for the full amount. Moreland again, empty backfield, and he's brought down.
Put it on the turf. It looks like Lacey White with the strip sack, and Cook scoops it up, and another turnover for this Florida State defense.
Unbelievable turn of events here as Florida State has gotten to the young quarterback, and that one is indeed a fumble. Big strip sack there, combination between Lacey White and Gerard Cook.
And again, they're doing it with just their front 4, no extra pressure, so they're able to cover on the back end.
Hand off to Brown, he'll go forward for 4.
And a great run on 1st down, picking up that 4 yards, staying in front of the chains, and up to 8 carries, 22 yards. Not a lot of yards to show for it, but doing a lot of good work is Dan Brown tonight.
You know, staying in front of the chains is going to be key, as we found out early. Drives have stalled out when you lose yardage. Carr throws towards the right side, caught by Vernon Mills, 1st and 10.
Little skinny post there by Vernon Mills does a great job getting inside the defender. And again, Jim Carr very accurate with that throw, puts it right between the 8 and the 3 where it needs to be. And Florida State moves the chains down inside the red zone now.
Under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Florida State leads it by 4, looking to go up by double digits. Carr drops back fast throw left side and going nowhere after the catch. Chase Legend, gain of 4 yards.
And good job just to hold on to the football that time by Chase Legend Jr. And again, Carr right on the money where it needs to be as that one into a little bit of traffic.
Carr in the shotgun, Hands off to Brown and nowhere to go. Loss of 3. Kyle Tolbert in on the play.
Yeah, they tried to sneak that delayed handoff in, and this Oklahoma State front too good for that. They're going to recognize that more often than not. Tolbert makes a big play in the backfield, getting off the block and making the tackle.
Carr back to pass on 3rd and 9. Goes ahead and dumps it forward to Brown, but it's incomplete. 4th down and 9, and a big stop by this Oklahoma State defense.
Yeah, and I believe that was Timundus Bell comes up, hits Brown, knocks the ball loose for an incomplete pass. Oklahoma State does exactly what they had to do there after the turnover. They force Luka Rivers to kick the field goal, makes it keeps it, I should say, at a 7-point game, a 1-possession game. Great stop by Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State now squarely in the jaws of this one as Rashawn Ryland returns it 25 yards. Down 7, 2:46 to play in the first half.
Got to protect the quarterback on this drive, Elon.
Moreland in the shotgun formation. Front line's got to hold up, as you mentioned there. Throw towards the left side, caught by Brigham Ray, 8-yard reception. And Nate Murphy, you're absolutely right. Protect Moreland, give him a chance to do what he does best. He's definitely one of the elites in the CFSL this year. You got to give him a chance to do that. Hand off to Hammer, and he drags about 3 Seminoles across the first down marker, and a good pickup for Jordan Hammer.
And that's one of 2 ways you can help protect the quarterback. Run the football, and when you do throw it, some shorter routes, get the ball out a little bit quicker. Don't allow that defense to get pressure on it.
Moreland keeps it on the quarterback option and is dropped in the background. Cook with another big hit.
Yeah, big play by Cook. They tried a little bit of a speed option there. Looked like it was JT Cass Jr. coming across. Was going to be the pitchback. Might have had some room to work, but Moreland was never able to get it out there.
2nd down and 14. Moreland back to pass. Here comes the pressure again. Dumps it off towards the left side, and Cass Jr. with a 9-yard reception. 3rd and 6.
Well, makes this a little bit more manageable here, and a good job that time by Moreland, seeing the pressure, knowing he had a dump down there, a good option to get it out to Cass in the flat.
Moreland empty backfield, will be passing here. His offensive line has to hold up. Gets it towards the left side, caught, but no first down. Steven Rodriguez just short, and it's 4th and 2.
A great job by Florida State's defense, swarming to the football, making sure Rodriguez doesn't get to the first down marker, forces the punt, and now a chance with just under a minute and a half to go put more points on the board here at the end of that first half.
Chase Legend goes nowhere as he picks up 10 yards, and it's going to be a long field for the Seminoles. But right now, to me, it's been all about the 1-2 punch of Gerard Cook and Lacey White. That front line of Florida State has been a huge difference maker. Carr throws towards the left side, caught by Anthony Younger, his first reception of the night. Good for 8.
Good job by Younger getting out of the backfield and turning around quick enough that Carr was able to find him. There was pressure coming straight up the middle, nearly got home.
Under center, Carr drops back. Here's the pressure, and Oklahoma State says we can do it too. A 10-yard sack, and no huddle going back to work already, Florida State.
And Oklahoma State took a timeout there. They want this football back, want a chance to score before the end of the half.
Carr throws towards the left side, caught, turning up field, and picked up 11 yards. That's Dan Brown. It's 4th and 1. 56 seconds left. No timeout called. It looks like they leveled him out of bounds, so it stops the clock, saves the timeout.
Yeah, the screen pass nearly worked. He almost picked up the first down, and Dan Brown gets hit. I believe the ball went out of bounds. It looked like he fumbled on the play. The ball rolls out of bounds, saves Oklahoma State a little bit of time and a timeout.
JT Cass Jr. sets him up around midfield. So it's going to be a longer field than you would like, but 2 timeouts and 49 seconds left for Ryan Moreland. He takes the snap. Goes towards the right side. Open man is Brigham Ray. 4-yard reception, 2nd down and 6, and they're quickly back to work after calling their 2nd timeout.
Yeah, and again, they're going to have to take some shots here, which means they got to protect a little bit better than they have been.
Moreland has to dump it away as the pressure was collapsing, and again, Lacey White and Gerard Cook definitely combining for a lethal 1-2 punch at that front line.
Yeah, absolutely. And Florida State, again, they're not blitzing linebackers. It's the front four getting home right now for Florida State.
3rd and 6, going deep. Moreland, left side, caught for a big gain. Steven Rodriguez for 22. And Oklahoma State hurrying to the line. 35 seconds left. Still has 1 timeout remaining. Moreland takes the snap. Throw towards the right side. Caught by Jordan Hammer. 10-yard pickup, 2nd down and inches, and we're going at it again. Moreland quickly back to work, trying to conserve that last timeout. Takes the snap. Throws towards the left side. Caught and out of bounds. Jordan Hammer, 2-yard reception. 1st and 10.
Great work on that one by Jordan Hammer. He came up just short of stopping the clock on the previous play. Didn't get the 1st down. This time is able to fight free from a tackle and get out of bounds to stop the clock, save the timeout. You got a couple of shots at the end zone here now if you're Oklahoma State before you have to kick the field goal.
Moreland into the gun. Hammer standing off his left hip. Has to dump it off quickly towards the left side. Hammer, 1-yard reception, 2nd down and 9. 9 seconds left, 7 seconds left. We'll see if they get one off in time. 1 touchdown timeout remaining. We'll see if they call it. Nope, they're not going to. This is the final play of the half. Moreland loses the ball. It's a fumble picked up, and I believe it was White who comes up with the ball as time expires.
What a play. And this time it's Cook that gets the strip and then White with the fumble recovery. So swapping roles from earlier would have been the last play of the half, even though Moreland doesn't fumble the football. But what a stop by Florida State.
Halfway home, it's Florida State 10, Oklahoma State 3. As we hit the halftime, Elin Olithen, Nate Cook, and I tell you what right now, Nate, it has been an absolute defensive clinic put on by the front line of Florida State. We talk about them a lot. That's Gerard Cook and Lacey White.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talked about it in the open. The defenses were going to be the key. Who could slow down the opposing offense? And really the answer has been both defenses. Both defensive lines have been outstanding. But as you've mentioned multiple times here tonight, Cook and Lacey White have done an absolutely fantastic job getting to Ryan Moreland, making the freshman quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. They forced 3 turnovers here in this half, and boy, you can see the rushing yards for both teams. They're not getting a lot done on the ground.
Absolutely, and that's a credit to both of the front lines. And you get the feeling Oklahoma State is probably getting tired of hearing about Gerard Cook and Lacey White, and they would like to do something to stop them up front. Time of possession does belong to Oklahoma State, but unfortunately so do the most turnovers.
Well, the most turnovers, and then the only penalty called in this game took a touchdown off the board for Oklahoma State. This game could be 10-7 at this point, if not more. Even with those turnovers, though, Oklahoma State still in the thick of things. Their defense got to come up with a big stop here to get them the ball back, though, to start the half.
Florida State to return the second half kickoff, and bringing this one forward to the 25-yard line, Aaron Ike.
Good return from Aaron Ike, and we've seen him break some big returns, so good job with the coverage there. And now it's Oklahoma State's defensive line out there to try and make a big play. They'd love to come up with a turnover here, get their first of the ball game here to start this half.
5 sacks for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. That is a great number. Unfortunately, the offense has stalled out. Probably the one drive that you're thinking of course, it would be a 3-point game if that touchdown isn't called off the board, as Carr goes down the center to Vernon Mills, 11-yard reception.
And we know Vernon Mills is the one that hit the home run, but Vernon Mills does a great job on these short inside routes as well. Tymundas Bell, 5 tackles now on the night.
Shotgun formation for Carr. Quick pass, left side, deep in that one, just too much. Trying to get rid of it, incomplete.
And again, pressure up front from Oklahoma State. Carr, a quick 2 or 3 step drop and just kind of let it fly, hoping his receivers can make a play, but over top of everybody.
Carr throws left side. That is incomplete, 3rd and 10. And Nate Murphy, when you think about it, the difference in this game is that 78-yard reception by Mills on 3rd down, and that's what set up the touchdown. That's been the difference maker here.
Yeah, and Ben Sapp comes in, makes a big play, shuts this drive down. Now Florida State's going to have to pump, but you're absolutely right. Pressure in Jim Carr's face. He's able to throw one up and hit Vernon Mills down the sideline on the run. The biggest play by far of the night went to Florida State, and it's the difference in this game. Otherwise, it's a 3-3 ball game.
And when you look at it, that's the only mistake that Oklahoma State's defense has made is allow that big play to happen. And it's really kind of crazy. One mistake, and that's been the difference in the game, is Cass lucky to pick that ball up on the bounce. And it's 1st and 10, Oklahoma State trying to get some type of momentum down by a touchdown. Moreland in the gun, handoff to Hammer. He's got room to work with and picks up 5.
And a little delayed handoff. And how do you slow down Lacey White, Gerard Cook, and the rest of that defensive line? You let them come upfield. You slip the draw play in behind them. Great job on 1st down, picking up 5 yards.
Moreland in the gun again. Takes the handoff to Hammer, and the option for Moreland just does not seem to be working as Johnny Johnson in on the tackle. And man, just a absolute great read by Johnson.
Yeah, absolutely. Moreland makes the right decision keeping that ball, but Johnson was able to read that the whole way, slide over, and make a big open field tackle.
Moreland in trouble. White.
Big sack there from Lacey White, and they tried to set up the screen. The problem with running screens against Florida State's defense, their defensive line is too fast. They're getting home before the offensive line can set up in front of the running back and allow the quarterback to dump it off. A great stop by Florida State's defense, again forcing an Oklahoma State punt.
And with room to return this one out to the 45, Chase Legend. It'll be 1st and 10, knocking on the door of midfield for Florida State, the #1 team in the CFSL. And right now they're proving why. Jim Carr under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Brown, and he's dropped in the backfield. Ben Sapp with his 2nd tackle for a loss.
And that time, Florida State tried the little delayed handoff, and Ben Sapp didn't quite get upfield fast enough for that to work, and he's able to work off the block, make the tackle in the backfield, and put Florida State behind the sticks.
Carr under center, 2nd and 14. We have seen both offenses stall out big time when they're behind the sticks like that, as Carr delivers an incomplete pass, and it's 3rd and 14.
He's looking for Mills over the middle again, this time hit as the ball got there. And now it's a big 3rd down and long. Florida State would love to make another big play here offensively.
Carr in trouble, has to dish it off to Brown, and he is stopped well short of the 1st down. It's 4th and 10, and just like that, Oklahoma State's defense comes up, stands up tall. I'll tell you what, if the offense of Oklahoma State can get going, this would definitely be a ball game.
Absolutely. They've just got to put a little bit of a drive together here. We've seen them do it so far tonight on more than one occasion. They've had some things going for them. Had it down deep. I believe it was their 1st drive of the ball game. Turned it over on downs. Then they had touchdown taken off the board, got the field goal, and then the 3 turnovers have really backed them up. So they've shown potential to move the football. They just got to clean some things up, and they could put one in the end zone here and tie this thing up right here on this drive. But again, it all starts up front. They have to protect the quarterback to move the football.
They have to stop Lacey White and Gerard Cook, as they have been game wreckers for Florida State. And here they come again.
Boy, and that time, Moreland lucky that ball is ruled an incomplete pass. His arm was coming forward, but the ball goes backwards, so he's fortunate that the refs call that one incomplete.
Shotgun formation, Moreland, fake up, hands off to Hammer. He's got room to work with, picks up the 1st down.
And that is a huge pickup. 2nd down and 10, you're going to run the ball. You're just hoping to set up a manageable 3rd down. Instead, Jordan Hammer finds a seam, picks up the 1st down, and look at the 1st down discrepancy in favor of Oklahoma State.
Screen pass, throws to the right side. Ray lit up, somehow hangs on to the ball. It's 2nd down and 10, though, as he doesn't get any yards on that one.
A big hit on the outside there by one of those cornerbacks, and I wasn't able to catch the number, but he does a great job holding on to the football, 2nd and long.
Moreland, another screen pass. This time throws it over the defender, finds Ray for 3 yards. 3rd and 6.
Dangerous throw there, and we've seen those types of throws go the other way in a hurry many times this season. Madison Nicole picking up her 8th tackle on the night.
She was also the one that had the first interception, I believe, as Moreland in trouble, and the ball's loose, picked up by, I did not see who pick that up. Looked like a walk-on on the offensive line is able to pick up the fumble, but it doesn't matter as he's dropped well short of the first down. Again, Lacey White just wrecking shop in the backfield.
And every time there's a 3rd and long, it takes some extra time to run the routes to get to the first down sticks. And they're not able to protect Ryan Moreland when he drops back. It's Lacey White, it's Gerard Cook, it's Scott Reichel, Jack Cohen, that entire defensive line, Harry Barnes, able to make plays without bringing any extra pressure. It's allowing the secondary to cover the deeper routes, and Florida State's front four is just, like you said, wrecking everything in the backfield right now for Oklahoma State.
Strong eye formation for Florida State. The man kind of sneaking in motion. Carr, play action, plenty of time, goes deep, hits a man wide open at the 20. That's Vernon Mills yet again.
And this time the play fake and great protection, and really the first time we've seen either offensive line hold up for that long. And it's a good thing they did because Vernon Mills was running a long crossing pattern all the way across the field, basically a post from one side to the other, and winds up wide open in that zone coverage of Oklahoma State. And another big play for this Florida State passing game.
Florida State trying to create some separation between them and Oklahoma State. And off to Brown, and he's dropped for a loss of 1. Les McAdoo once again.
And McAdoo coming up with another big tackle, his 5th in the night, another one in the backfield. And this would be huge if Oklahoma State can find a way to keep Florida State from putting it in the end zone. It would still become a 2-score game if they're able to convert the field goal, but much better than giving up a touchdown here.
And off to Brown, running around the right side, and he is stood up after a gain of 4 yards.
Now able to find 4, makes this a bit more manageable on 3rd down as Tamundis Bell, another tackle for him, his 6th on the night. 3rd and 7, a big play here. If Florida State can protect, they've got a good shot to pick this up the way they throw the football.
Carr dropping back, has to get rid of it in a hurry to Brown, loss of 3, 4th and 9, and the Cowboys will give up a field goal attempt and nothing more.
Yeah, they tried to set up the screen. The offensive line actually got too far out in front, never picked up the defenders on the backside, and dropped in the backfield. And Kyle Tolbert, another play for him. Florida State's going to extend the lead if this goes through, but a big stop after the big play to Vernon Mills earlier in this drive.
Kick is up, and that one is good. 10-point lead for the Seminoles with under 4 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter as that one just sneaks through the uprights. Actually, that was right on the money as the video showed you. And now, if you're Oklahoma State, you have got to respond with something.
No doubt about it. And we keep talking about it. They only gave up 3. That keeps them in this ball game. It's only a 10-point game. But the way Florida State's defense has played tonight, 7 sacks, they've gotten the 1 interception, they forced 2 fumbles, or they've recovered 2 fumbles, they've forced 4, I believe. Oklahoma State's offense just hasn't been able to really be consistent, so a 10-point lead seems more like 17 at this point.
Shotgun formation, Moreland takes the snap. He's got some protection, but as I say that, the pocket collapses, and he's sacked again for a loss of 8 yards. This time it's Jared Cook, and also in there, it looked like, I believe it was Scott Richley in on the play as well.
And Florida State's defensive line, again, they only brought 3. That leaves 8 in coverage. So when Moreland had a little bit of time, there was nobody open, and another good job that getting free this time by Cook.
2nd down and 18, Moreland trying to outrun the line and slides after a pickup for Ryan. It's 3rd and 11.
And a 7-yard pickup there on 2nd and long. Tries to make this a more manageable 3rd down. But again, just feeling too much pressure, has no time to set up and throw the ball.
Moreland in the pistol. 2-step drop, throw towards the right side, and that is incomplete. They needed that one, but it's incomplete and 4th and 11.
Needed just a little bit more on that one. Mitchell Lott does a great job jumping up, knocking that one away. The receiver had a step. It just didn't get out there far enough. Would have been the big play Oklahoma State needed.
It's going to be a short field for Florida State as continuing to run is Chase Legend Jr., 14-yard return.
Yeah, good return. Did a good job picking his way through. Took a big hit, but as you said, great field position starting this one on the Oklahoma State 46.
Strong I formation, 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Handoff to Brown, who goes off the left side and is met by a whole posse of Cowboys, loss of 1.
Ben Sapp gets credit, but you said it, there was a whole posse over there. They brought the entire defense to that side of the field to slow him down. 2nd down and 11, again behind the 6. We've seen defenses be successful in these situations tonight.
Carr hands off to Brown as they're looking to milk as much time off the clock as possible. Ben Sapp drops him for a loss of 2.
Yeah, back-to-back plays in the backfield by Ben Sapp. And again, that delayed handoff not working for Florida State. They might have to take that one out of the playbook here. 3rd and long now for this offense.
2 wide receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. Carr dropping back pass, steps up, throws. That one is incomplete. Max Capone with a brilliant play.
And we've seen that a couple of times from Max Capone tonight. Step for step with the receiver. Nearly picks that one off. Would have been huge to get the turnover, but they're going to get the football back, still only down 10.
Oklahoma State gets a second lease on life. Good, strong stiff arm from J.T. Cass Jr., 5-yard return, but they are deep in their own territory. Have not been able to move the ball effectively for quite some time.
Yeah, this will be a big drive. They're going to have to get something going.
Moreland waiting for the snap, takes it. Dropping back to pass, goes screen, right side, caught by Cass Jr., 5-yard reception.
Yeah, good quick throw, and again, that's what you got to do. You don't have to hit the home run on 1st down and 10. You know, get yourself 5, set up a 2nd and short, and go get something here on 2nd down.
Maryland hands off to Hammer, who drags one Seminole, an additional 3 yards, picks up 4, and it's 3rd and 1.
It runs over 1 around the line of scrimmage, drags Madison Nicole a few yards before she's able to get her 9th tackle. This is a big 3rd down coming up for Oklahoma State.
Moreland takes the handoff to Hammer, and he's hit in the backfield. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide as Maverick Rivers comes after him.
And that is a huge play from the freshman linebacker. He slips the block, and he actually slips it to the inside, so he does a great job of retreating, getting back to Moreland before Moreland can catch the edge, pick up the 1st down. And great job by this Florida State defense, once again forcing a 3 and out.
And return to about the 50, Chase Legend Jr., and another big chance here for Florida State with excellent field position.
Well, they've squandered some good field position throughout the game, and that's a credit to this Oklahoma State defense. Let's see if they can take advantage this time.
Jim Carr, 6'5", 265-pound senior quarterback, hands off to Dan Brown. 2nd down and 9.
16 carries for Dan Brown, 12 yards to show for it. Does have the touchdown earlier, and really that's kind of the biggest difference in this ball game, minus the couple of big catches from Vernon Mills downfield.
Season average of only 19 carries per game, and he's already got 16. They're probably going to use him pretty heavy and often towards the end of this one if they got to chew some clock up. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 9.
Another big 3rd down coming up for this Oklahoma State defense. Got to get off the field here, keep this a 10-point game.
The difference in this game has been deep balls thrown by Jim Carr. Throws left side, nearly intercepted by Sinceri.
Yeah, Sinceri does a great job. Jumped that slant route. They've been getting beat on the inside all night long. This time Sinceri knows it's coming, does a great job getting in there, knocking it down. And again, quick pressure from the Oklahoma State defensive line forced that ball maybe to come out a step earlier than Jim Carr wanted it to.
Look at this return by J.T. Cass Jr. You saw earlier on the graphic, each team under 200 total yards of offense, as this has been a defensive game.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's lived up to the billing. Not quite the shootout that maybe some of us thought, but the defenses have played out of their minds.
And off to Hammer, he picks up 1, and it's a very hard-fought 1 yard for the junior running back.
And there you see 9 carries, 40 yards, and not as much work as Dan Brown, but he's been successful when they've given it to him.
And off to Hammer again on the right side, and it looked like Cook just kind of got a hand around him before Hammer was able to slip away, and it's 3rd and 9.
And that time, not a lot of success. Now a long 3rd down again, so you have to protect Ryan Moreland here. Give him time to throw the football.
Moreland, throw over the top, caught, taking off running, J.T. Cass Jr., and tripped up at the 10-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle by DJ Hansen. And this is what got Florida State going, was a big, deep ball on 3rd down, and just like clockwork, Oklahoma State repeats the feat.
And they did a good job, and they absolutely needed this. And like you said, Florida State was able to jumpstart their offense this way. We'll see if Oklahoma State can take advantage here as we hit the 4th quarter.
Put the 4s up in the chat. We're 3/4 of the way home in our final CFSL season semifinal. Winner takes on Boise State in the championship. Right now, it's Florida State up by 10. But a big opportunity coming up for Oklahoma State Cowboys. Moreland in the gun, trips at the bottom of your screen. Changes the play, and now Moreland takes the snap. Quarterback keeper runs towards the right side. He's got room to work with. Touchdown, Ryan Moreland. Touchdown, Cowboys.
What a play by Ryan Moreland, the freshman, stepping up. He's fumbled the football 3 or 4 times tonight. He's thrown the interception. This time he makes the right decision, tucks it, takes off, takes the hit, and gets it into the end zone. That is the big drive, the answer that Oklahoma State needed. They finally come up with it, put the touchdown on the board.
Kick is up and it's good. And Nate Murphy, we have ourselves a 3-point game. Oklahoma, though, with 254 total yards. That is 96 more yards than Florida State. Florida State has just taken advantage of some turnovers, some short fields, and now for the first time in what feels like forever, they're going to have to go a full field.
Yeah, they've been able to force the turnovers, as you mentioned. They've been stopping Oklahoma State 3 and out deep in their own territory, getting good field position off the punt returns. Now we'll see if Jim Carr can make a big play, maybe get a drive going here and take some of this time off the clock from Florida State.
Carr hands off to Brown, who picks up 5 yards on the play. The Cowboys definitely all over him there.
Yeah, it might be one of his better runs of the night, at least one of his longest runs of the night. 5 yards on 1st down. They'll take that the rest of the way.
Takes the handoff, play action. Trouble in the backfield, hit as he throws. Big pressure coming from Les McAdoo.
And I tell you what, that was a great play fake. It fooled everybody up front for Oklahoma State. By the time they figured it out, you would have thought Jim Carr would have found somebody downfield, but good coverage from the Cowboys secondary.
Carr takes the snap, throw right side, and that's intercepted. Oklahoma State gets the turnover they needed, and now a big chance for Oklahoma State to either tie or better yet take the lead on a huge interception. That is a pick for Rashawn Ryland. It's his 5th one of the season.
And great play at the biggest moment for Oklahoma State. Get their first turnover of the night. Now they're set up in a short field, and you mentioned it, a chance to go at the very least tie this thing up and get back in this ball game.
A little bit of deja vu from our first semifinal as we saw Boise come back down big and then just light up in the second half. Are we seeing something similar for Oklahoma State, down by 3? 2nd down and 7 after a 3-yard gain. Moreland in the gun, looking to pass. Freshman goes right side. That is caught by an open Brigham Ray for a gain of 4, 3rd and 2.
And again, they got it out of his hands fairly quickly. 3rd and 2 coming up. And if you're going to throw the football here, you got to protect the quarterback. Might be a quarterback read kind of play here on 3rd and 2.
Pistol formation. Moreland gets rid of it quickly, gets the first down, picking it up. That's J.T. Cass Jr., 11-yard pickup. And it does seem like Moreland is getting the ball out much quicker than he was earlier in the game.
And that's out of necessity. They'd like to maybe sit back and take some shots downfield. Not able to do that against Florida State's front right now.
Feel like you're in field goal range right now if you're Oklahoma State. Moreland throws right side, caught by Cass Jr. to the 10 and inside, a 17-yard reception, 1st and goal.
Yeah, they don't want the field goal right here. They had a touchdown taken off the board earlier. Otherwise, we're looking at a 1-point lead here for Oklahoma State. They want to get this touchdown. They want the lead that they feel like they should already have, and they've got a great drive going here.
That interception might be the momentum shifter that Cowboy fans have been waiting for. Moreland in the pistol. Dropping back to pass, tucks it, keeps it himself, and almost gets touchdown number 2. He stood up at the goal line, gain of 8.
But what a hit he took right there, and I didn't catch the number of Maverick Rivers. 44 came flying up, puts a huge hit on Ryan Moreland. Luckily, he's able to hold on to the football, sets up a 2nd and goal from inside the 1.
Empty backfield, might be a pass, might be a quarterback keeper. Getting rid of it quickly as pressure was barreling down on him. And it's 3rd and goal.
And guess who was there? Lacey White right up the middle. Didn't give Ryan Moreland any time to find anybody. Had to throw it through the back of the end zone.
3rd and goal, down by 3, 6:56 left in the 4th quarter. Hand off to Hammer, and he stopped short. He loses one. It's 4th and goal, and we'll see what Oklahoma State decides to do. We saw them go for it in 4th down deep in their own territory earlier, but they're going to take the 3 points and try to tie this one up.
Yeah, right decision here. I know earlier I said go for it, but I think you can't really trust. Well, that one was nearly blocked. That would have been huge. I think it would have been a first in CFSL history, at least first since I've been watching. But a great drive. They had the short field, took advantage. They would have loved to finish that with a touchdown, but a great job by that Florida State front again. And look out now on this kick return.
Oh, boy. What a return by Matt Carpenter, 45 yards out to the 50. Previously, John Broadfoot put through his, I believe that's his 2nd field goal of the night. So that is his 19th or 16th field goal of the season to tie this game up. Carr throws towards the right side, and Scally with an 11-yard reception. That's only his 2nd one of the night.
Yeah, it's unusual to be this late in the game and only have called Matt Scally's name twice. Oklahoma State's done a great job covering up those receivers and Scally as well.
Carr throws towards line of scrimmage, and Aaron Ike picks up 4 yards. And right now, if you're Florida State, you know the pressure is on you because the Oklahoma State offense is feeling very good about what they've done here. 2nd down and 6. Carr throws towards the left side, nearly intercepted, and that makes it 3rd down and 6.
Now, John Alstad had his hands on that one. Would have been a big interception if he's able to hold on to it. Now it's a huge 3rd down play for both teams.
Trips at the bottom of the screen. 3rd and 6. The whole game could very well ride on what's about to happen. Intercepted! Unbelievable at the 5-yard line. Bringing it home is Otto Podolski.
And what a play. Podolski jumps up, high points that football. And Chase Sutton Jr. had a couple of steps on him, but Carr didn't get quite enough air under that football. Podolski able to jump up, make the pick. The 2nd turnover now that Oklahoma State's been able to force. And now with 5:50 to go, if you can put a long time consuming drive together, you could score very late in this ball game and take the lead.
A spot in the CFSL National Championship on the line, and this time it takes both White and Cook to get there to bring down Moreland. Loss of 6 on the play.
And Cook's going to get credit for the sack as Moreland trying to scramble and runs right into Gerard Cook, who basically brings him down with one arm. A huge play from this defensive line once again. And Florida State's defense is going to lean on this defensive front right here to try and make sure Oklahoma State doesn't get anything going.
4 wide receivers on the left. Shotgun formation. Moreland, quarterback keeper, but there's nowhere to go. Loss of 1 yard.
And shut down quickly, and this time it's fairly coming up. He has a sack earlier, now makes the play in the backfield. And just an absolute great read by Fairley coming up and making that play.
Under 6 minutes to play, 3rd down, 17 to go. Moreland takes the snap. Good protection, throws right side, caught for the first down. Going down the right sideline, Brigham Ray with 32-yard reception.
And well, when Florida State needed big plays, they've gone to Vernon Mills. When Oklahoma State needs a big play, they've gone to Brigham Ray, and he has answered the call every time they've thrown it his way. A huge night for him. This one out near midfield and a big 3rd and long converted for Oklahoma State.
We saw it happen earlier in the game, and it lead to a score twice for Florida State. Could the same thing be happening for Oklahoma State? Moreland takes the snap, throw left side, and that is caught. And another big first down for the Cowboys. This time it's Stephen Eastridge with a 16-yard pickup.
That ball was kind of floated out there again, that long out route, and somehow it's able to get to the receiver. Eastridge makes the play before the defender even really was able to turn his head around and see it was there. And then gets a break as the defenders collide. He's able to get upfield for even more yards. And right now, this Oklahoma State offense is really clicking and putting a couple of big drives together here late in this game.
Brigham Ray with a big block. Shotgun formation for Moreland. Hands off to Hammer, who's got room to work with. Good pickup of about 5 yards down to the Florida State 30.
And a good job there by the offensive lineman late. You see him just kind of get in the way of one of the Florida State defenders. Allows Hammer to pick up a 2 or 3 extra yards on that play. Now 2nd down and 5. Very manageable play call here. You can basically do whatever you want if you're Oklahoma State.
Moreland, quarterback keeper, throws it towards the left side. It's incomplete.
A little RPO there, and I think Moreland was kind of caught in between. Do I take off or do I throw it? And when he decided to throw it, had an open receiver, just wasn't able to put it where it needed to be.
Pistol formation for Moreland. Dropping back, throws right side. That's incomplete. In and out of the hands of Thor Brown.
And Thor Brown would love to have that one back. Oklahoma State is going to attempt a long field goal here, but that would have been a big play to potentially keep points off the board.
16 field goals this year for Broadfoot, and none more bigger than that as Oklahoma State takes the lead for the first time tonight.
And that was a huge kick, and I mean, that's a no-doubter. He puts it right between the uprights, right down the middle. And Oklahoma State, they were down 10, and when they went down 10, I thought they might have some problems getting back into this the way their offense had been moving the football. Well, they put all those aside. They went downfield multiple times, got points on the board, and now have themselves a lead with 4 minutes to go.
That total yard stat is very misleading, as yes, Florida State is under 200 yards, but they have had short fields to work with pretty much the whole game except what we've seen in the 4th quarter. Carr tripped up, but he's able to make one person miss, but not the second. He's sacked for a loss of 2. Tymundus Bell with his first one.
And Bell comes up from his linebacker spot as Carr starts to take off. And you said he's able to slip away from one defender there and try to get something going, just unable to find anybody downfield. And again, Oklahoma State's defense all night long, they've been swarming around the football and making plays.
Oklahoma State led 3-0 very early in this game, but ever since then, Florida State took control of this defensive showdown, and now Oklahoma State has come roaring back. Carr, jump pass, throws that one knocked down, 3rd and 12.
And again, that front of Oklahoma State coming to life, making some plays. And look at that stat, 2 of 16 on 3rd down for Florida State, and this is a 3rd and long.
Shotgun formation. Carr has to pick this one up. Finds his man, Vernon Mills, but it's not enough. It's 4th and 4.
And now I know you're deep in your own territory, but it's kind of decision time. They're going to trust their defense. That's probably the right call, the way Florida State's defense is played. But if I'm Florida State, I almost want to keep my offense out there and see if we can't make a big play happen.
Right now, Oklahoma State with a 3-point lead under 4 minutes to play, and with Ryan Moreland and Jordan Hammer in the backfield, Oklahoma State could really do some damage on the ground and eat up a lot of this clock.
And Florida State at this point, they kind of have a feeling that Oklahoma State might try and run the ball a bit. So the sign of a really good running team is, can you do it when everyone knows you're going to run it? We'll see if they can.
Moreland quarterback keeper, and he's off and running. Good pickup of about 5 yards on the play.
And we'll see if they start to chew up some of this clock. 5 yards on first down is huge. Philip Morris makes a big tackle there, his 7th on the night.
Moreland on the far hash. Shotgun formation, Hammer standing off his right hip. Takes the snap. And another quarterback keeper. Moreland dives forward for 3 yards. It's a 3rd and 2.
Same play call, similar results. This time DJ Hansen with the tackle. Picks up the 3, makes it 3rd and short. We'll see if they go to it a 3rd time here.
2 of 16 for Florida State earlier. You saw it now. 7 of 19 on 3rd down conversions for Oklahoma State. That'll probably be a stat that we talk about a little bit later on. Moreland really taking his time, milking this clock down. All teams with all 3 timeouts as we hit 2 minutes. And Moreland really going to take us down here on 3rd and 2, just in case they have to give the ball back to Florida State. Hand off to Hammer, big stiff arm, who drops the hammer, and he picks up the first down.
Boy, he gets a good spot. That was awfully close. They give it to him, first down, and now Florida State using their first timeout.
Hand off to Hammer as Richley brings him around, down. Gain of nothing.
Yeah, Florida State using their 2nd timeout. This will be a big couple of plays here.
Hand off to Hammer. He's got blockers out in front of him, but he's tackled from behind by Richley. 3rd and 2. And Florida State calls their final timeout. 1:43 left in our final CFSL National Championship semifinal. Winner gets Boise State next Wednesday. Moreland takes the snap on 3rd and 2, throws right side, incomplete. And it's 4th and 2 with 1:39 remaining. We'll see what Oklahoma State decides to do, and they know if they pick up this first down, it's game over, so they're going for it. Moreland takes the snap. Over the top, complete.
Gutsy play call, and it pays off. Brigham Ray, 12 catches, 141 yards. That one might be the biggest of the night. If you don't convert that, Florida State has absolutely amazing field position again.
Moreland under center. Takes the snap, handoff to Hammer off the left side, and he is brought down for a 3-yard gain. Under a minute to play. Florida State has no timeouts. They cannot stop the clock. And it looks like the Cowboys are coming out in victory formation as they will punch their ticket to the CFSL National Championship against Boise State next week.
Boy, what a game this was, Elon. I mean, Oklahoma State comes in here and just has a great defensive performance.
And it's official now, the Cowboys versus the Broncos next Wednesday for a CFSL National Championship. An amazing performance, gutsy performance by both teams, especially Florida State, but the Cowboys are